When the match goes to penalties, something else begins racing too: your heart. For hardcore World Cup fans, those final seconds can feel unbearable. Your chest tightens, your breathing turns shallow, your shoulders lock. And suddenly, the tension on the screen is no longer just entertainment. It is moving through your body like a storm. And if you are middle-aged or older, that emotional surge can leave you feeling shaken, exhausted, or strangely unwell long after the final whistle. The truth is, some of the most stressful moments in football are not only dramatic for the mind, they are demanding for the nervous system. A missed penalty, a brutal VAR call, a last-minute defeat. These moments can hit with real force, especially when you care deeply. But loving the game should not mean putting your body through unnecessary strain. In this video, we are going to talk about how to stay calm when emotions run high, how to breathe in a way that helps the body feel safe again, and how to protect your peace without losing your passion. Because you do not have to stop feeling every moment. You just need a better way to carry those moments, so your heart can enjoy the World Cup with excitement, not overload. The hardest part about match stress is that it does not ask for permission. It arrives in a flash. One missed chance in the 88th minute, one long VAR check, one penalty hanging in silence, and suddenly your body reacts as if something dangerous is happening to you personally. For many devoted fans, especially those who have followed football for decades, this is not imaginary. The palms sweat, the jaw tightens, the chest feels heavy, the breathing becomes shallow without you even noticing. And while that may seem like just part of being passionate, the body does not always know the difference between emotional tension on a screen and a real-life threat. That is why learning to calm yourself during high-pressure moments is not about becoming less loyal or less invested. It is about giving your heart, your nerves, and your mind a safer way to experience something you love. The first step is understanding the problem clearly. During intense match moments, the nervous system can shift into a fight-or-flight state. Your heart rate may rise. Stress hormones may surge. Muscles prepare for action even though you are sitting still in a chair or on a sofa. That mismatch matters. Your body is revved up, but there is nowhere for that energy to go. So it stays trapped inside as shaking, restlessness, racing thoughts, dizziness, or a sense that you cannot settle down. This is why some fans feel oddly drained after a dramatic game, even if they never left the living room. The solution begins with the simplest tool most people ignore: the breath. When tension rises, many fans start holding their breath in tiny bursts. It happens during corners, free kicks, shootouts, and controversial calls. You freeze, you wait, you lock up. That breath holding quietly tells the body that danger is near. But the moment you shift your breathing, you send a new message: safety, control, stability. Try this during the next high-pressure moment. Breathe in gently through your nose for 4 counts, then breathe out slowly for 6 counts. Do not force it. Do not make it dramatic. Just let the exhale be longer than the inhale. That longer exhale helps calm the nervous system and soften the stress response. If 4 and 6 feels too long, even 3 and 5 can help. The benefit is immediate and practical. Instead of letting your body spiral with the match, you stay more grounded inside it. You still care, you still feel the tension, but you are no longer drowning in it. Imagine a penalty shootout. The stadium is roaring. The commentator's voice is tense. The player places the ball. Before the run-up even begins, you quietly inhale through the nose and let a slow, steady exhale leave the body. That one small act can stop the stress from climbing higher. Another problem is that emotional tension often settles into the muscles and stays there. Fans clench their jaws, raise their shoulders, squeeze the armrests, or curl their hands into fists. This creates the feeling that the whole body is bracing for impact. The solution here is physical release, and it works best when it is simple enough to use in real time. During breaks in play, halftime, or even while waiting for a VR decision, do a quick body reset. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your jaw, relax your hands. Let your tongue rest naturally in your mouth. Press both feet into the floor. These tiny actions may sound too small to matter, but they interrupt the body's stress pattern. The benefit is that you feel less trapped inside the tension. Your body becomes a place you can return to instead of a place that feels hijacked by the match. Picture yourself watching a controversial offside review. Everyone is shouting. Social media is exploding. The replay keeps looping. Rather than leaning further into the panic, you feel your feet on the floor and loosen the muscles you have been tightening without noticing. That is not weakness, that is skill. And over time, it can make a real difference in how you recover from stressful moments. A third issue is that many fans accidentally build a stress-friendly environment before the match even begins. They skip meals, drink too much coffee, sit for hours without moving, and let anticipation pile up long before kickoff. Then, when the emotional peaks arrive, the body is already running on fumes. The solution is to prepare for the match the way you would prepare for a long journey. Eat something balanced beforehand so your blood sugar is steadier. Drink water, not just caffeine. If you enjoy coffee or tea, keep it moderate, especially if you already tend to feel jittery. Try to avoid stacking stimulants on top of match tension. The benefit of this kind of preparation is not only physical comfort but emotional stability. A nourished, hydrated body handles stress better than a depleted one. Consider a late-night World Cup match. You have waited all day, you are excited, maybe a little anxious, and you reach for extra coffee, salty snacks, and nothing else. By the second half, your heart is racing not only because of the scoreline, but because your system is overstimulated. Now imagine the same match with a lighter, more thoughtful setup. A proper meal before kickoff, a bottle of water nearby, maybe a calming herbal tea instead of another strong coffee late in the evening. The drama on the screen may be the same, but the way your body receives it can be very different. There is also the emotional problem of feeling powerless. This is one of the deepest forms of sports stress. You cannot take the penalty. You cannot challenge the referee. You cannot protect a lead in extra time. All you can do is watch. For passionate fans, that helplessness can be one of the most painful parts of the game. The solution is to create tiny rituals of control that anchor you in the present. You might keep one hand over your chest and one over your abdomen while breathing slowly. You might decide that every time the game pauses, you take one sip of water and relax your shoulders. You might stand and stretch gently at halftime, no matter what the score is. These small rituals restore a sense of agency. The benefit is emotional steadiness. You stop being swept away by the chaos of the moment and start meeting it with a rhythm of your own. For example, during a long injury delay or a tense review, instead of pacing mentally through worst-case scenarios, you return to your ritual. Feet grounded, slow exhale, one sip of water, shoulders softened. The match remains uncertain, but you are no longer completely at its mercy. One of the most overlooked problems comes after the drama ends. Fans often think the stress disappears with the final whistle, but that is not always true. After a heartbreaking loss or a wildly emotional win, the body may still be carrying all that activation. You may feel wired, unable to sleep, irritable, or strangely empty. The solution is to respect recovery as part of the viewing experience. After the match, do not stay frozen in the same position replaying every painful moment in your mind. Stand up. Walk around the room. Stretch your legs, neck, and shoulders. Open a window and take a few slower breaths. If the result was upsetting, resist the urge to immediately flood yourself with angry commentary, endless social media arguments, and replay clips that keep the wound open. Give your nervous system a chance to come down first. The benefit is that the emotional hit does not stay lodged in your body for hours. You recover more gracefully. Imagine your team loses on penalties after an exhausting, unforgettable match. Normally, you might sit there staring at the screen, replaying the misses, feeling your chest heavy and your mind racing. Instead, you switch off for a few minutes, stand up, walk slowly, breathe, stretch, and let the body release what it has been holding. The sadness may still be there, but it will not grip you in the same crushing way. Sleep matters here too, especially for older fans. A dramatic night match followed by stress, caffeine, and endless post-match analysis can leave the body overstimulated deep into the night. If the game ends late, help your system transition out of match mode. Lower the lights. Reduce screen brightness. Choose quiet recovery over one more hour of emotional highlights. The goal is not to erase the excitement, but to let the body understand that the danger has passed. This supports better rest, and better rest helps the heart and mind reset. Another powerful emotional tool is perspective. In the heat of football drama, the brain narrows. One moment feels like everything. One miss feels unbearable. One referee decision feels personal. The problem is that when emotion shrinks the world, the body reacts more intensely. The solution is a gentle mental reset. Remind yourself, quietly and honestly, this is a moment of passion, not a threat to my life. I can care deeply and still stay calm. I can feel disappointed without letting it consume my body. This is not about pretending not to care. It is about widening the frame so the nervous system can settle. The benefit is emotional resilience. You keep your love of the game, but you suffer less from its sharpest edges. Think of the fan who has watched World Cups for 40 years, who remembers classic wins, painful exits, and unforgettable nights. That fan knows something important. Every tournament brings joy, heartbreak, controversy, hope, and memory. No one moment contains all of football. Remembering that can soften the body's urge to panic during the harshest seconds. And finally, do not underestimate the healing power of shared calm. Watching with others can either amplify stress or help regulate it. If everyone in the room is screaming, spiraling, and feeding the panic, your body will often follow. But one calm voice, one steady presence, one friend who says breathe, relax your shoulders, it is only a game, can change the atmosphere completely. If you watch with family or friends, be the person who brings that balance. Keep the passion, but lower the panic. Encourage a pause, a laugh, a breath, a stretch. At halftime, the benefit is not only a better viewing experience for you, but for everyone around you. Football is at its best when it unites people, not when it leaves them physically shattered. At the end of the day, heart-smart match-watching is not about dulling the drama. It is about making room for it without letting it overwhelm your system. The problem is real. Intense football moments can push the body into stress overload. The solution is practical. Slower breathing, relaxed muscles, grounded posture, better pre-match habits, recovery after the final whistle, and a wider emotional perspective. The benefit is powerful. You get to stay passionate, present, and emotionally connected to the World Cup while treating your heart and nervous system with more care. And in everyday life, that matters more than most fans realize, because the true victory is not only seeing your team survive the shootout, it is knowing that you did too, with your peace still intact. And here is the part most fans never notice until it is already happening. The loudest stress is not always the most dangerous stress. Sometimes it is the silence before the penalty, the frozen stare during the VAR check, the helpless wait while the referee touches his earpiece and the whole stadium seems suspended in one unbearable breath. That is the moment your body can go into full alarm without you saying a word. So right there, in that stillness, do something unexpected. Loosen your jaw. Let your shoulders fall. Uncross your hands. Exhale before the player starts running. Not after. Before. Because that tiny choice changes the story inside your body. Instead of being dragged by the moment, you begin to meet it with steadiness. And there is something almost beautiful about that. You are still fully present, still emotionally invested, still feeling the weight of the match, but you are no longer surrendering your nervous system to every second of chaos. In fact, some of the strongest fans are not the ones who shout the loudest. They are the ones who can stay grounded while everything on the screen turns wild. They know that heartbreak may come, that a cruel bounce, a missed kick, or a shocking decision may change everything, but they also know that protecting their peace is not disloyalty. It is wisdom. It means you can walk away from the match feeling the emotion without carrying the damage. So, as this World Cup brings all its drama, Remember this simple truth. Your heart is watching too. Support it. Slow the breath. Relax the body. Prepare before kickoff and recover after the whistle. Stay hydrated, stay grounded, and do not let one moment of football tension take more from you than it should. Passion is beautiful, but peace is powerful. And when the next penalty shootout arrives, you do not have to choose between loving the game and caring for yourself. You can do both. If this message spoke to the football fan in you, save this video now so you can come back to it before the biggest matches begin and share it with someone who feels every game a little too deeply. Then tell me in the comments, which moment puts your heart under the most pressure? Penalties, VR drama, or a last-minute goal?